just to really talk about some positives and negatives, really. I mean, we just watched it, so positives, the court case was actually pretty good. I was kind of enthralled. I was kind of curious which way they were going to go with it. So I was happy, of course, to see the not guilty and how he was able to do it using his alternate persona and then character witnesses to kind of prove that he wouldn't be the type of person to go out and just fight random people. So that was good there. I'm curious how that would really happen in court. Using character witnesses of a past acts against evidence. And the whole case kind of was very light on evidence, very light. And then using the character witnesses to be able to kind of prove that he isn't that type of person who would just go out and fight cops. The other thing too, wouldn't they be able just to prove that the guy was not dressed in a cop outfit? I think that'd be kind of easy to prove. I mean, you could say how he's all mangled from the train and so on and so forth, but he wasn't wearing cop outfits. I mean, that at least could have been some type of material evidence for your case, is that, you know, they were roughing up the guy. They did not address themselves as cop. They did not look like cops, especially if their normal dress is police uniforms, like you saw later when he pulled over Matt's detective friend. So that alone you could actually use as material for the case, I guess. 1 episode arc of legal battles. I'm curious if that was supposed to be the entire season. I'm getting a little bit too inside baseball, but I'm curious if this case was supposed to be the entire season of Daredevil. They showed that they were first shooting, and then it turned into something else. So he was able to win the case, and then he wins his freedom, and then he goes out again as White Tiger, and Matt warned him. He said, you know, you cannot do that again. But like he said, it's not the costume isn't it. The costume is really him, and he's not going to change who he is. He proved that that is who he is. He is a hero. He is going to go out and do that stuff again, and there's no changing that, right? So yeah, I really did like that man who was playing. Let me get his name. The gentleman playing White Tiger, Camar de los Reyes. Yeah, he did a fantastic job. I really liked his performance, man. I really did like his performance. He showed a lot of heart, showed a lot of emotion. It was really great the way that he and Matt they have a relationship, as in they know each other. Matt really understands him because Matt deals with the same things. He is Daredevil. You know, the Matt Murdock is the Mask. I mean, Matt Murdock is kind of not really like Batman per se. Daredevil to me is kind of Angel and Devil, Matt and Daredevil. Versus, you know, Batman is more so Bruce Wayne is the Mask and Batman's Batman. In this one, he is talking about how he is that person, and he can't just flip on, flip off who that person is. You know, I'm always going to be this person per se. But yeah, Kamar did a great job, and it's very sad that he is no longer with us. But yeah, really great. I think I liked that the most. The case was good. You could tell that the pacing it was a little bit choppy. That they were using the material that they had with Kamar, with the courtroom. I really did like too the juxtaposition of the courtroom as a church. It really does remind me of a church, the way they lit it in that one scene where Matt sat in it, just like he used to in church. And maybe Matt is going through some type of conflict of soul right now. You saw him outside the church last episode rather than going inside the church. Usually he would go inside. So maybe he is having some type of conflict of soul right now. And when his girl brought up, you know, in God, talking about God's hands or something like that, he kind of pauses and he's just like, sure, you know. So maybe he's having a challenge of faith right now. Maybe Matt's having a challenge of faith. So I like that too. I like the inner tension or inner turmoil of Matt a little bit more. And I like how he is just kind of like scummy. And not scummy, but he is, you know, he's a pretty good lawyer. You saw on the show him lawyering a little bit. I feel like in the show before, Matt was a good lawyer, but Foggy was the better lawyer. He had a better head on his shoulders for law. Matt was always kind of flaky. So to see him lawyering pretty good, and I really don't know what his partner is for. I mean, she's kind of good too, but I just she is kind of a weak point in the story in the thing. The girlfriend is kind of a weak story in my opinion too. Nothing ever really turns out well for these women in Matt Murdock's life. So beware, ladies, beware. The other negative part that I don't like so far is the Wilson Fisk storyline. I don't think him and Vanessa in counseling is working for me right now. I also don't like how she is the one to send out the British dude and kind of squash the fighting, or maybe she was starting the fighting. Not quite sure, but that whole part I'm not really digging. Hopefully it's going to come around and this is episode 3, so they have 6 episodes left. Not much time. Not much time indeed. But I'm glad to see them all back, but here we get into the serious stuff, you know? So like I said, the therapizing, I'm not really digging. And I don't quite fully understand the Vanessa turn. And she even says something to Wilson, is this about Adam? It's like, fudge, dude. So she's been shacking up with some other dude, or is still shacking up with some other dude. And is that getting to Wilson? Who is Adam? Who is this Adam person? Is he even in the stuff? Like, who is Adam? Let me see if I can even find who that is. Vanessa Fisk, Adam. Adam is a subordinate? Adam is the lover of Vanessa. I know about Adam and Vanessa. Is that all we got? Due to Kingsman's absence, Vanessa felt lonely and began a sexual relationship with Adam, which she found robust and fulfilling. Well, who's Adam? This is crazy. Do we not know who Adam is? It's just a name? That doesn't make any sense. Hey, if you know who Adam is, let me know. Let me know. If they've shown Adam, let me know. Look at Born Again's biggest mystery. God. That has stumped me. Who is Adam? Look at this. This was 6 days ago, man. This is from Screen Rant. Let's just go over. Daredevil Born Again has finally landed, and while the MCU has plenty of questions to answer in subsequent episodes, the one I need to know the answer to is who is Adam? We didn't get any Adam this episode. Daredevil Born Again is a sequel series to the original Netflix-based Daredevil and the new foray into Matt Murdock's story and struggles has wasted no time in debuting a litany of new characters. Joining Matt Murdock in the spotlight is vigilante Hector Ayala, rest in peace, aka White Tiger investigator Cherry. So Cherry is the investigator, and Murdock's new love interest, psychiatrist Heather Glenn, which again, I don't think it's gonna end very well for you, Heather. Matt Murdock's arch nemesis, Wilson Fisk, also makes a bombastic return in his new role as New York's mayor. Following the events of Echo and Hawkeye, we see Fisk struggling with the fallout, which mostly includes the estrangement from his wife, Vanessa, who has stepped in as the kingpin of his criminal empire in his absence. He was doing crime in the other 2 shows. When was he absent? At least they would say something like, oh, he left in the blip. He got blipped out of there or something, but no, he's gone. He was in Echo doing some crimey stuff, and then he was in Hawkeye doing some crimey stuff, so whatever. The air between these two once passionate lovers has turned frosty, and their curt conversations have brought up a name that I can't recall featuring in Daredevil, but that will seemingly play a larger role in the new series. The name is mentioned once, but he sounds pretty important. Exactly! So we better see this fool. We better see this fool. If you gave that person a name, we better see who they are. Is it Adam Warlock? Is Adam Warlock gonna show up? Oh my god. Soon after winning his election in Daredevil Born Again Episode 1, Wilson Fisk shares a moment with Vanessa on the rooftop. After a pregnant pause, Wilson opens up the conversation with a somewhat foreboding acknowledgement of a character we've yet to see called Adam. Vanessa then instructs Wilson Fisk to refrain from killing the mystery man before Fisk asserts he has returned over a new leaf. Vanessa then tells Fisk to cement it with a promise, to which Fisk obliges. Their full interaction is as follows. And here we go. Fisk, I know about Adam, Vanessa. Vanessa, do not kill him. I'm not the man anymore. Promise me. I promise. There you go. I'm a brilliant actor. Adam isn't so much as mentioned in episode 2. Instead, the final scene in which Vanessa and Wilson feature sees them attending a couple's therapy session with Murdoch's new partner, Heather Glenn. The two speak of Wilson's absence before Vanessa reveals that she was lonely, and Fisk confesses that he doesn't want to lose his wife. Vanessa could be alluding here to Adam's filling a void left by Wilson, but the true nature of the relationship isn't confirmed. The most obvious reading of the subtext in these scenes suggests that Vanessa was having an affair with Adam while Wilson Fisk was absent. This was born out of the fact that the two share few words, and Adam and Vanessa's loneliness are prominent in their conversation. Her demand that Wilson Fisk refrain from killing him is a callback to Wilson's violent and vengeful nature, which was recently seen in his attempt to kill Karen Page after discovering she murdered his right-hand man, James Wesley. Remember that? Then again, I wonder if the writers of Daredevil are setting up a bait and switch. Vanessa's apparent affair isn't confirmed. After all, the actors have remained coy about divulging too many details thus far. In an interview with Business Insider for Vanessa, for instance, Vanessa's actor Ayet Zur stated the following: "Things changed in their relationship. We come in after a gap of time where they also haven't been together. I won't say too much about it, but when they return, they are very strange lovers that they are. They are the very strange lovers." Oh man, weird. Alright, and certainly sounds like Sarah's alluding to an extramarital affair, but without her outright stating it. She might have instead been collaborating with the mysterious Adam with no romantic involvement. Whatever the case, I'm stumped and hoping further the light. Yeah, me too. Me too. I have no idea who this Adam dude is, and that again is a kind of a low point in the story. It's they're trying to probably say, oh, it's an Easter egg, or it's a breadcrumb or something like that. But it's more so you keep bringing it up. So we'll see who this Adam fellow is. But again, that's my least favorite part. But still, the best thing that Marvel TV has done. I was captivated to the screen, and the final scene, man. After all that trying, and even Matt warned him, man. Matt warned him not to go out again. Fudge. Someone with a Punisher chest piece. Just blammo. Wow. Violent end. Very violent end. So I think we saw that being filmed in New York City a long time ago. A couple months ago, really. And again, I don't know if that's Frank. I don't think that's Frank. So I think it's still, you saw the cops I think it's another one of the cops. So the next low point that I'm going to bring up is, again, crooked cops. We've seen it before. We've seen it in Daredevil before. I'm not sure if it's going to be as captivating as it was like with Fisk taking over. So this is a subset of cops who are bastardizing the Punisher name and the Punisher philosophy, let's say, lack of a better term. It's a non-thinly veiled allegory to what we see in real life, but an allegory nonetheless. But to me, it's just another bad cop story, you know? That's another low point for me. It's like, all right, we've had this done before, you know? So what's going to happen next with Matt and everyone picking up the pieces after the murder of the White Tiger? We'll find out next week. We'll find out next week. I think next week. So this was The Hollow of His Hand. So written by Jill Blankenship. Okay, one person wrote it. Nice. I liked it, Jill. Good job. Directed by Michael Cuesta. So it looks like Michael Cuesta directed this episode and the episode before. So next is Jeffrey Nachmanoff, and then David Feige and Jesse Wiguto wrote the next one. So that's gonna be March 18th in 1 week. We have one episode. Don't know what it's called yet, but that was episode 3, The Hollow of His Hand. But yeah, again, I dug it. It's the best Marvel TV has ever been. And that's saying something, considering it does feel kind of Frankenstein monster pieces put together. But looks like Jill Blankenship comes back in episode 7. That's good. We'll have to see what that is, huh? Episode 7. Wow, we only got 6 more episodes. It's gonna fly by, guys. It's gonna fly by. But So as my thoughts on episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And as always, if you like what we do here, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. Really does help out the channel get pushed out to new people. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Take care. Have a good one.